What's this?
The year was 2024.
The Surfs, my colleagues. Shout out to the Surfs. They stream and they're cool. The Surfs. They made a new video. Asmongold, biggest influencer on the internet. Let's see where this goes. Maybe watch this. Let's see where this goes.
On November 5th, despite numerous criminal convictions, an attempt to falsify his previous election, instigation of a coup, and being a serial rapist, Donald Trump was once again elected to become the President of the United States of America. This was very different than 2016. There was no screaming neon-haired feminists to meme upon. Just a collective, silent, overwhelming horror. The majority of the electorate in the world's largest empire voted for a man who admitted to have referenced Hitler on his campaign trail.
They don't like it when I said that, and I never read Mein Kampf. They said, oh, Hitler said that in a much different way.
And had a guide developed by far-right Christian nationalist think tanks to transform the United States from a liberal democracy into a fascistic one. Once the Xanax had worn off and was too expensive to afford anymore, liberal pundits and think tanks began scrambling.
Can I tell them? My fiance came back. She was at the rooftop bar, but she came back. She didn't want to interrupt us chat because some dudes were hitting on her, and they were like, "Why are you alone?" And I'm like, "Why didn't you tell them it's because my boyfriend is a communist streamer, leaving me alone to get harassed by random dudes in a hotel?" So yeah, I guess women really can't woman. 100% of the time. These fucking things are fucking awful. They cannot open a beer for the life of me. There we go, finally. But yeah, that happened, so she's back. So yeah, there you go. I am spending time with you guys so that my girlfriend can be harassed at rooftop bars. Talk about priorities, eh?
Woke, insisting that people use the term Latinx
too far to the left on transgender rights.
You have to say they. No, you have to do this.
Stop with the virtue signaling.
Step away from woke. Focus less.
Frustrations of chopsticks for opening a beer. I know. No, do this. It's because these are too thin. You see? Because you need to properly grab that part of the rim so that you can take it off with one.
On who is woke and more on who is broke.
Who was to blame? Surely, the millions of dollars blown on a giant orb in Las Vegas and an endless stream of paid speaking engagements from all of the top celebrities was enough to convince America that Kamala was brat. The less demure cravers of brunch, oblivious to how genocide live broadcasted to an entire planet, fueled and enabled by the US administration seeking votes, may have led to a large percentage of the electorate being unable to swallow back the trolley problem. Not to mention how a partially unintelligible Joe Biden...
I thought Brat was going to win the election for her. I even tweeted it. I was like, Brat might actually win the election for her. She's so Brat.
had not only hidden its clear collapse...
I swear, Brat was CIA. Brat was Fedding. Brat was CIA. Girlfriend Dang, I thought Yugo took his fiance with him to China. Big Balkan streamer already has a side piece. Fuck you. And now I'm getting side eyes. No. Is the fiance, but I still sometimes refer to her as girlfriend in order to make her feel less like an unk.
Physical health, but it also refused to drop out of the race.
I'm staying in the race. I'll beat Donald Trump. I will beat him again in 2020. Oh, by the way, we're going to do it again in 2024.
Or prop up his successor properly. Nonetheless, they seem determined to find the culprit elsewhere.
The progressive era should be over if they want to start winning again.
Did Kamala Harris move too far to the center and alienate some of the base?
It was Joe Rogan, it was Elon Musk getting out those young male voters.
Like clockwork, they turned on the very minorities they claimed to want to defend. Was it Latin Americans who decided to vote for Trump more this time? What about black men? Or speaking of men, dear God.
That was a straight up, like loving energy.
Gen Z males. Surely, they must have heard that Kamala was going to be more horrifying on the border. or the whole most lethal
What is he censoring?
Loving energy.
Gen Z
Oh, okay,
males.
because of the... Okay.
Surely, they must have heard that Kamala was going to be more horrifying on the border.
Because they heard... Okay, this one's making rounds. So Zohran went and hung out with some Albanians. And we see Mayor candidate Zoran Mandami was caught during the Albanian hand gesture. So he posted South Slavic name, Albanian friends, market socialist ideas. I told you Zohran was the Yugoslav candidate. Zoran in Serbian. Zoran, as I taught you guys. Let's see the... Oh yeah, I love this AI post. Zoran Mamdami's Yugoslav cosplay isn't cute. It's calculated. The Albanian fucking clanker. The Albanian hand gesture, pure pandering. His birth name Zoran ties directly to Serbian roots. His DSA base would cancel in a heartbeat. What does this imply that the DSA hates Serbians? I am, from that part of the world. Alex is as well. I don't think fucking communists hate us. What the fuck? Mamdami's market socialism is just Marxism with a TikTok filter. Cancel rent, defund NYPD, bankrupt landlords. He's not a unifier. He's an ideological colonizer pushing failed Yugoslav economics into New York City. Shut up, clanker. The same policies that collapsed Belgrade now fuel his revolution, but New Yorkers aren't buying it. Mamdami's real agenda: replace accountability with activist rule, swap safety for slogans, and turn NYC into a lab rat for socialist experiments that already failed Eastern Europe. His performative gestures can't hide the blueprint. Chaos, control, collapse. Clanker, shut the fuck up. New Yorker Tito reincarnation was not in my bingo card. Don't take away his Indianness, please. That's all I have. Oh, I'm sorry. Oh, I'm so sorry. I know Indians are struggling to find a W right now. So God bless. God bless. I respect it. I'm so sorry. Oh God. Don't mess with the Zoran. The New York genocide after he leaves office is going to suck, though. It's funny. Don't worry, my little Maimoon. Soon you'll see the whole puzzle. Albanians, aliens, Illuminati, Russia, USA, the media. You. My little Maimoon. This guy just called me my little Maimoon. It's so funny. Albanians finding a way to call you an N-word without saying it. Fucking Albanian classics. Every masterpiece has its copy. Zoran on the weekends. Oh, fucking squatting Slavs joke. That's so funny. My Albanian friend posted an AI slop video of what it's like living under communism in Albania. Really sad to see how brainwashed being in the U.S. military cooked his brain. Truly, New York is Albanian. Albania intensifies. So are we going to get the cockpit? All of New York is apparently going to get the cockpit. By Allah, people, I sense the soul of the Marshal Yossi Broz Tito is in our midst. Why was I doing an accent? I don't know. Tito announces Yugoslavia 2. What did they call this guy? And only people that can say that word tell me what they called this guy in the 2021 internet era. What was because it was Tito, and what was his name? Make Yugoslavia great. Authentic and released photo of Tito. Incredible. Yugoslavia 2.0 posted. And keep in mind, Eric Adams went to Albania in order to, drum up support for the anti-Mamdami fucking sphere. And yet this guy's making rounds. Klasa.
Or the whole most lethal army in the world stuff.
As Commander-in-Chief, I will ensure...
I am watching too much American cringe. I urge all Westerners to pay their taxes. Listen. We can do a funny thing right now. You can literally send money to the PRC through my account, which is probably very illegal, and this can probably get me banned from America, but I don't care. We're doing it for the bits. By choosing to pay your taxes today, what are the taxes, okay? We are a state. Chatters are low-tier citizens. True citizenry in this apartheid is granted to subscribers, but we are not a classic capitalist fascist system. Those who have more pay more and lift up the rest of the chatters into citizenry. By doing what? By gifting subscriptions. Our taxation system is literally divided based on, you see, we have all the ideologies. We have a fascistic one, we have a capitalist one, we have a socialist one. Now we have the libbed up one, okay? Who donates how much is exclusively based on identity. Completely, 100% of it. So if you're from the West, west of Berlin, Northern Europe, Australia, New Zealand, stuff like that, right? Western Europe, Northern America, Australia, Japan, South Korea. If you're from those places, you owe me 20 gift subs every week, okay? So that you really spread it out. If you're from those places and you are an ethnic minority, okay, you only owe me 10. There you go. I'm already, I understand over in the West, big discrimination, very discrimination. So 10. And if you're the people that actually lift up half of the sky and buy me my Tsingtao and my, I don't know what they're called, whatever I say is going to sound profoundly racist, you only owe me 5, okay? Third worlders, developing world, second world, fourth world, seventh world, okay? If you use 2 rocks to start your electricity in the morning, if you live in a shed, if you live in a cave, okay? That's what it counts, because everybody outside of the West lives in caves. You only owe me 5. That's the system, okay? That is the system. We already have some decent taxpayers, like 999. Thank you very much. Third worlder, 0 Westoids. Bread theory, another 5. Third worlder, 0 Westoids. Proving time and time again that there is no good white people. Red Edge Planet, 5 gift subs. Again, third world. Rantin Andy starts a hype train, this motherfucker, by subscribing for himself. Of course, not everybody can be a taxpayer, and that is completely understandable. You see what I'm saying? I do not get to make this line go up right here. It is stuck at 15. There you go. Trans and true. Another second, third, and fourth worlder living in a mud hut. Okay? Because we all know, all of us live in mud huts. Proving that even from a mud hut, we can find a Western Union and we can support this show in the name of everybody else, at least 5 people. And there are some motherfuckers living in suburban America working IT-ass jobs, and they let you third worlders pay the taxes for them. Another one. Thank you for proving my point time and time and time and time again. Rantin Andy. Another third worlder. It's hilarious. It's funny. It's northbound train. Beautiful. Another one. There you. This is a train goes northbound. Third worlder after third worlder after third worlder. I know northbound train myself. He lives in a scrapyard. I know Rantin Andy. Rantin Andy has to move from bear corpse to bear corpse. He lives in a forest and he kills bears and he guts them and then he sleeps in them to find heat. And then once it starts smelling and rotting all over him, he gets out and he hunts another bear. That's how we live in the second and the third world, okay? But every week he finds a bear that has 5G and he sends me my 5 fucking gift subs from the carcass of the bear. And there are unironic IT heads from suburban or downtown America, or God forbid, UK or, God forbid, Germany. We will not mention the French or the Scandinavians that sit here, living in their mega mansions, flying, always flying their jet setting around the world, drinking beers with Taylor Swift. We know that's how everybody in the West lives, right? Talking about the Nordic pure race with Taylor Swift, hitting it up real hard, Taylor Swift, very now apparently known for that, okay? Never drink Tsingtao, okay? Thank you, Didi Megadudu, you fucking legend. I love saying your name so much. For the 8 months, thank you very much, Didi Megadudu. Well, the rest of us do our shit from the bottom. There you go. Pakawa, thank you very much for sending me your stuff from Pakawa lives in a shed exclusively made out of leaves. Okay, it is a matter of incredible social engineering. Sorry, the normal engineering that works. Jom, another 5 from the third world. Man, Jommy's fucked up. Like Jommy, you know how Jommy lives? Jommy lives in the trunk of his car. He's lived homeless in his car for so many years that all of his windows are broken. And now it's getting cold and he can't afford to fix any of the windows. So he lives in the trunk because it's the only thing that can close fully. And yet he sends over his taxes. Yes, this is a bit now. I imagine that every sub that gives me 5 from the third world, I call him up. Joe 1. Joe 1 is a classic. Joe 1 is a classic. Joe 1 is not even alive. Okay? Joe 1 is actually dead. Because Joe 1 was so broke, living in the 7th world, that in order to feed his family, he had to subscribe to a program where they took brains out of bodies and practiced uploading their consciousness into a computer. And they only managed to upload 3 segments of Joe 1's brain during the procedure. One is his highly intellectual ability. So that's why Joe 1 is so smart, and that's why he listens to someone as smart as me. His sense of humor, that's literally why Joe 1 is here, as a levitating brain and a bunch of goo. And number 3, sense of community. That is what calls upon him to use his neural connections to hack other accounts and then donate his taxes. Okay? That is Joe 1. Literally a dead guy. A dead guy is paying his taxes and you are not. A dead man is paying his taxes and you are not. By any means, what level of hype train do we need to reach for you to watch Chinese brain rot? We are far beyond that, my friend. Far beyond that. Pork brain sausages. What is pork brain sausage? 1 second.
Well, hey there, folks, and welcome back. I guess pork brains and milk gravy. It's been a long time coming.
What your mom sees in the morning. Thank you, Dennis. You, Dennis, struggling financially so much that he used to be called John. You, Dennis, used to be called John. A perfectly normal, civilized name. But you, Dennis, living in the developing world, was so broke that he went on Craigslist and he wanted to find anything that can pay him $500 so that he can survive the month. And one guy said, I will give you $1,000 for you to change your name into something that rhymes with penis. And he was like, okay, Dennis Penis. So now for the rest of his existence, his name will rhyme with penis. And even in that kind of a situation, Dennis Penis send over his actual money, you know? So thank you, Dennis Penis. That is very kind of you. It is true. There you go. Dennis might be a penis, but he's not a dick. And speaking of no dicks that are improving our perspective of particular ethno-demographic categories, Shade 690. Shade 690 with a 10. We have another Westerner that has paid their taxes, but of course, it's a Western minority. Of course, the whites are quiet. Okay, so while Shade was, being flown over into El Salvador, he managed to shank a couple of ICE officers, jump out of the plane, land in the Bolivian jungle, arm wrestle all the narco cartel leaders there to the top position, married the main guy's wife, turning him into the cuckold prince of said Bolivian cartel, which made him so much money, but then he didn't forget about us. He was like, I need to pay back. Oh, mamacita, I need to pay back that community. And then he came back and gave 10 gift subs. A real story. 100% correct. 100% of the time. Real. Very real. 100%. But thank you, Shade, for proving to us that there are still good Westerners that remember where they come from. We move this number to 2. Very, very good. A man named Jason resubscribed. Dave subscribed for 5 months. Thank you, Jason. Jason coming in with 1, okay? Jason is a good person. 5 months. That's basically 5. That's basically a tax. So I can talk about Jason, okay? Jason is the twin brother of Jason Bourne, but he never made it in the movie business. So he's Jason Unborn. So he's just a man named Jason, okay? The 2 babies were born, both were named Jason. One became Jason Bourne, and the other one was just Jason. So he calls himself a man named Jason on the internet.
Sure. America always has the strongest, most lethal fighting force in the world.
How could they have
Fuck, where did this go?
not got the memo?
Oh, woman, you turned on the headphone. I can't hear myself. She just turned on. She just turned on her Bluetooth headphones. She turned on her Bluetooth headphones, but they were connected. Wait, let me turn off Bluetooth. Sabotaging me like always. Fucking women. Am I right, chat? Can I get a W, meaning woman, in chat right now? Do you stop it? Wait, how do I turn off Bluetooth settings? Okay, wait, I'm turning off Bluetooth settings. Wait. Fucking. Bluetooth. Where is Bluetooth? Okay, Bluetooth. And Bluetooth is off. There you go, woman. You can use it now. Thank you. I love you. Why are you showing me a middle finger? You fucked up my stream, not vice versa. She wants to sleep. I don't care. People are paying taxes, woman. Okay, almost level 10 hype train. No, they fucked up. Thank you, Game Flyer, for the 2 subs. Thank you very much, Game Flyer, and thank you very much for a decent hype train. Not bad. Is it worth me getting in trouble with my woman? Yes, Loki. Level 9 is. Level 9 is. She's right, you're wrong. The sooner you accept this, the better off you will be. I don't know, man. Have you checked her stream? You men wouldn't know what to do without us women. I agree. My white guilt is telling me to gift, but my wallet is dead for paying. No, do not. What the fuck? Females, man. Yeah, guys. Right, guys. The females. They're so annoying, guys. I love women.
Memo. Were they too not longing to be brat? Then, all at once, it hit them. Yes, of course. It was the podcasters.
Round 2, here we go.
Theo Vaughn, Andrew Schultz, Aiden Ross, and XQC the Canadian, and the biggest of them all.
Gigi, thank you very much. Is your cousin Iggy Azalea?
Joe Rogan. Both Vance and Trump appeared on the Joe Rogan podcast right before the election, but Kamala had backed out. Her team was revealed that they would have accepted a 1-hour interview if he had traveled, but it was DiGiorno Joe or nothing. So that was it. The final element that was missing to have Mila Jovovich the election. They had but to find a Joe Rogan of their own. The liberal Joe Rogan project had begun and continues to
the liberal Joe Rogan industrial complex
this day.
They're trying to find their next Joe Rogan.
And is completely and utterly clown shoes. Let's start with the fact that there's...
Oh my God, yes. That's why I love the Surfs. Of course you fucking... by the way, shout out Surfs, follow Surfs. They stream. Surfs is based. Very based.
There's already numerous liberal-leaning podcasts and YouTube channels, from Pod Save America to Midas Touch to David Pakman to Brian Taylor Cohen, who all ultimately, even if they have their criticisms of the party, operate principally to support the Democrats and to mock Republicans. As for leftists...
Listen, they pushed out Joe Biden. Of course they'll push me out too, you know? They're kicking us out.
Well, the Democrats aren't really interested in content creators who focus on how housing and healthcare should be a human right, how the military-industrial complex serves as a rotating customer/influencer of the US government, or how that relationship can lead to occupations and materially supporting genocides. They aren't looking for, from the river to the sea, vote Democratic. Joe Rogan is a pathetically bad comedian.
That's what you saw. That's what I saw. You call me a liar? And they had a gunfight in the dirt streets. They were fucking savages.
And an incredibly popular podcast host, in large part due to a rotating
Zohran Mandami has been confirmed to be controlled by the New York Albanian community after he threw up the Albanian eagle. First a Turkish-occupied New York, now an Albanian one. What's next? A Bosniak occupied New York. Look at my post on Twitter. You are slow, Hank. You are slow.
Carousel with guests, from UFC fighters to stand-up comics. While he claims to be non-political, the idea of trans people existing broke his brain so badly that he started inviting every far-right reactionary that would validate his own beliefs.
Fucking legendary clown show.
And quickly became not only bedfellows, but an honorary member in the intellectual dark web. But this isn't a video on Joe Rogan. Aiming for the ivermectin-addled, rapidly aging...
That was funny.
Millennial and Gen Z demographic who call him daddy may all be dead by the time you can create a Blue No Matter Who clone of him. Younger audiences are watching the likes of Aiden Ross and XQC.
My contract has no morality clauses. What that means is that I don't have to abide by some morality standard.
Red pill hucksters like Andrew Tate and Fresh and Fit.
We've been through hell together. We had people come at us. We've had death threats at us. People fucking laugh at every time we fucking go through some bullshit. People make allegations on us. People have tried to absolutely fucking destroy us. And you know who was around me the whole fucking time? These fucking guys.
Streamers and TikTok influencers with massive platforms.
What was that guy's name? I always liked that guy. I always low-key liked that guy. He was like, you know how you have like a dog that is, just not right in the head, like dropped on the head too many times as a fucking puppy. But you love him more than the other dogs. Even when he's rabid, he's like following, and you're like, look how it's trying to make a point. It's so funny. Look, it thinks it's doing a thing. It's so make an argument. It's so impressive. He's my favorite one. He's my favorite pet. He's great. He's fantastic. Fresh and fed. Yeah, he's amazing.
No censors or editors, with a penchant for attacking the most vulnerable members of society to please the cackling male youth audience.
Billions of people just living out their lives. Oblivious.
In April of 2025, it was reported that the most viewed streamer in the entire world based on watch time hours was this man.
Unironically,
So you can make countless memes and videos about how the boss does nothing while making the most money.
There you are. Let's see how long it takes for you to crack. There you are.
That.
Shit! He's on my belly. Look at him. He's right there. He got, oh God! Get him out of me.
What are you doing, bro? Get out of my, go in the garbage can.
This was the height of our civilization. If we were to be judged solely on our ability to crown a champion of the digital age, I fear we would never see the kingdom of heaven.
We confirmed every stereotype. Old heads in chat. Remember when you were bullied by like jocks back in primary school and high school when internet was only becoming a thing because you used it, because you were sitting on the computer and so on, and they would call you like a smelly little fucking hunched over nerdy ass fucking weird ass no life having bitch boy, smelly ass fucking yellow teeth having fucking weirdo. Remember that shit? Well, the king of the internet is literally that. So I guess the jocks were right the entire time, and we need to apologize to them. Is that going to be the big plot twist of my life? When they were bullying me, they were trying to trying to save me from eventually potentially turning into one of these fucking things.
For those completely unfamiliar with any of this, you may at this point already think I'm trolling you, that this is a Rick rolling of sorts.
I have a single-digit number of actual real teeth left.
But I assure you, this is our timeline and reality.
They called you all of that? No, I'm just imagining. I've watched a lot of American movies, so I imagine what they call, the jocks call all the nerds.
Better. You don't got shit, Black Mirror, you broke-ass testicle trying to scare us. Oh no, I hope the future doesn't have the ability to relive some of the most profound and beautiful moments of
You tried duck neck meat? Yes, sir.
our past. We build nuclear power plants for data centers so Israel can use Where's Daddy AI to target the largest amount of children to murder. The most famous person to come out of the internet is the unmummified version of the Saw doll, who somehow loves torture more, and the most watched streamer looks like the after photo of Mr. Beast surviving his own self-induced torture. So if this
Mr. Beast is like a less interesting thing to comment on because he's literally just like, he turned doing YouTube into a streamlined product, and that's it. Like Mr. Beast is capitalism personified and the commodification of what used to be a very nice pastime and sometimes even art form, which is making YouTube videos. He commodified it to its fullest extent. He made a corporation out of making YouTube videos. And that's why he popped off. So that's not really interesting commentary because it's like, yeah, ooh, society, ooh, capitalism. Mr. Beast is the biggest YouTuber because capitalism. That's unironically the analysis. But Asmongold. That one is weird. That one's starting to make me go down some very, very borderline reactionary perspectives on culture and shit. It's very strange. I can't really explain it. I don't know. No, I can't explain it. I'm hiding my power levels, but still.
The largest influencer in the streamer world, with the biggest platform to mold his young fans into the future men of society. What exactly is he teaching them? Even more disturbing is the fact that most parents or older, not terminally online folk don't even know who he is. Joe Rogan may be a household name, but no one is asking after Trump won, where was the liberal Asmongold? He was barely mentioned in the discourse surrounding how young Gen Z men had moved further right, influenced by things.
Yeah, because the discourse was led by old people, and old people don't know who he is, but young people do.
Like the Manosphere, Andrew Tate, and Tucker Carlson's obsession with smoking his balls into a brisket.
Also, those people being interviewed everywhere about who actually influences people are not people that influence people. Asmongold is really good at creating people that are posters. Okay? Asmongold does not motivate you into becoming a rightoid. Asmongold creates people that create rightoids. Okay? He creates micro-influencers. That's where his political power comes from. He's, you know how in business you have a company that sells directly to consumers, and then you have companies, manufacturers that sell to the shop that sells to the consumers. Asmongold sells to shops, sells to thousands upon thousands of little micro-influencers and like heavy-duty posters and terminally online cunts that then distribute it, right? Joe Rogan talks to the plebeian. Asmongold talks to the person who talks to the plebeian. Yes? Yes.
To own the libs. And we haven't even begun to
look at the panda.
Scratch the gumblood and dead rat alarm clock surface with this vile creature.
What happened is that a rat got in there and it died. And so I was like, man, this smells really bad. We've got to deal with this problem.
This is like, there you go. So while, you know, my brain can wrap around, you know, this type of subculture was created because their material conditions forced them into being terminally online because there was no other facet of life where they could pursue success because we are in late stage Western capitalism where every form of escapism has grown to an extent where it sometimes takes over your entire existence because no alternative exists. All cliches that you've heard 700 times. I'm not going to fucking bother you with that. With him, though, it's so over the top that I'm like, there's no way that disenfranchised, terminally online dudes mostly will look at even someone like him and be like, this is someone I want to get my opinions off of. Which is funny for me to say as someone that looks like this right now. Okay, don't shoot. No friendly fire, please. No shoot. No shoot. But still, you get my drift. Because in order to... Why am I calling it reactionary, chatters are asking? I'm calling this analysis reactionary because it would imply that I believe that an average nerd, no life haver, looks and behaves and has a lifestyle similar or adjacent to that of Asmongold. But I don't believe that, so it's very weird for me to see them praising him as some sort of fucking overlord, right? How the fuck, whose role figure, what's the word? Role figure, yeah, is this guy? I don't get it. I don't get it. Role model, yes.
One with the dead rat in that room. So I closed the door. And that was pretty much about it.
Asmongold is the closest living thing to Cronenbergian creation, surviving in conditions that would kill most life forms, making him not only one of the most revolting public figures on the inside, but on the outside as well. How did we get here? And can he be stopped?
Well, stay tuned because we're going to be telling the complete Asmongold story through the tried and tested method of obnoxiously self-indulgent video YouTube essays.
Zach White's beginnings are a meritocratic nerd's wet dream.
Okay, we have answers. It's less that he's a role model. He's just one of the many far-right voices that are in people's ears, and he's one of the effective ones. Yes, but that's my point. How can you be effective while being whatever the fuck that is? You get me? That's what I'm asking. I don't see a world where someone like him can be effective, no matter how smart he might be.
Got a job.
Got a job.
Just call the IRS.
Press start.
Got a job. The IRS has seasonal and temporary positions open right now, starting at over $10 an hour.
While working as an Internal Revenue Service agent in Austin, Texas, Zach began uploading videos based on his one true...
He's low effort. It's low effort. To be like him, Western people can only do low effort. But isn't it too low, bro? You get what I mean? Isn't it too low? Because he gives his audience an opportunity to hate on other people. But a lot of other people do that, but they are not as powerful and popular as he is. See, he keeps eyeballs like a train wreck that's always happening. Keeping attention is the number one thing to get big, and he slaps his low effort reactionary opinions in, like, yeah. Lol cow effect, I guess. The language he uses and the things he fixates on, and is the fact that his audience see themselves in him. That's what freaks me out. Who the fuck sees himself in him? Who sees himself in him? This is crazy. Anyways, chat, my girlfriend's gonna kill me, and I don't want to die. So I'm gonna go. I'm gonna go. Because I have to wake up at 7 a.m. tomorrow, and right now it's 1 a.m. And we gotta go look at some stuff in China and stuff. So I'm going to raid. Who should I raid? Thank you for everyone for joining me on this China stream. I'm not sure I will stream one more time. Maybe I'll stream when I get home, because if I stream, it takes away half of my day, and it low-key doesn't make sense. Raid Denims. I've never been raided by Denims. I love Denims, but if I've never been raided by someone, I don't raid them. James. Yes, James. Let's raid James. I love James. James. Gde si bre James sebe brate moj? Eto, James.
And then we will...
I fucking love James. Let's raid James. Did you visit Mao? Yes.
Wonderful. A new child soldier. Subscriber.
Oh, thank you for motivating me, Harvey UKA. Thank you very, very much for paying your taxes, my dear brother. There we go. We're starting the raid. Say hi to James. Enjoy it. I'm going to be here for, I think, 3 more days. 3 more days. It's going to be fun. I'm going to see an old friend. I'm going to see a colleague, actually. I'm going to see... someone you might know tomorrow. That's going to be fun. Someone I've never met before, but that you might know from the space. I think I mentioned it once that I might meet him. So that's going to be very cool. Say hi to Top G for me. I will. He says hi back. He really is a Top G. Ben Norton. There you go. I'm going to see Ben Norton tomorrow. We're going to walk around. So if you see 2 inconspicuous white boys in Beijing, make sure you don't tell anybody it's us. Yes, Ben Norton. And then I'm going to see, ironically, an Albanian friend of mine. And walk around a bunch, and then maybe I see you on what's it called? I see you. It's 20th on the 22nd. No, on the 21st. It's already 20th. Jesus Christ. Or on the 21st. Okay. Now go say hi to James. Thank you for joining me, and as they say, bye bye.
We will all go together when we go. What a comforting fact that is to know. Universal bereavement.